Dear people of God, you see, two people that are very wise cannot stay together. Because when two people are so wise, nobody will calm down for the other. Nobody will be willing to let go for the other. You get sense, I get sense. All of us get sense. Nobody won't be mumu. And that is the reason why a lot of marriages are not working today. You see, no marriage will ever work when two wise people stay together. So in a relationship, if you discover that you are very wise and your wife to be is also wise, end that relationship. Because yes, it is good to be wise, but in marriage, wisdom is the ability to let go even when you know you are right. So, and that's why marriage is for fools. Only foolish people can marry, because marriage is not about the ceremony. It's about marrying and keeping. Not like one pastor that will be carrying and dropping as per memory card. You know, people of God, see, marriage is for only fools, because a fool does not struggle for his right. A fool does not fight for her right. A fool is just, so long as take this, is this you want, okay, take, so long as I continue and have my peace. So fools don't struggle with people. Fools don't fight with people. So in marriage, you must be fools to enjoy your marriage. Because you see, wise people, everybody is fighting for my right, my right. My right, my right. Not looking at also the danger of fighting for your right. Because when you fight for your right, it's not that everything you keep quiet. It's not that every time you be the one shifting ground. No. Marriage is for fools, because in marriage, there are moments of compromise. There is need to shift ground. Hey, this is how I am. If you are like that, you are a wise person. Don't marry. Oh, no. Whatever I say must happen. If you are like that, you are not willing to adjust. Please don't marry. Marriage is not for you. If you believe that whatever you say is final, without looking at also what the other person is saying, without also looking at the effect of your action on the other person, you want to be the one that is always right, the other person is always wrong, please, you are not supposed to marry. In marriage, there are moments that you are right, but you pretend to be wrong. In marriage, there are moments that yes, what you are not supposed to shift ground, but when you look at the final overall benefit and danger of you insisting on your own way, you let go, so that there will be peace in the marriage. There was this woman, the husband, a friend came to her and said, my friend, your husband is cheating on you. She said, no, my husband cannot cheat on me. And then one day, the lady again saw the man going to the same hotel with another woman, and she went and called the friend. The friend reluctantly went with her. On getting there, actually they were through with whatever they went there for, and they came out. And the woman now was giving the man the final hug and kiss, not knowing that the woman that has the main kiss is by the side watching. And the woman saw them kissing the property of the woman. And the woman just showed from nowhere. The man was shocked. The lady also was just asking, who is this? The woman just came, said, hey, my sister, how are you? And then just gave the husband a hug and left. And when they were going, the friend said, oh, upon the way I have suffered to come and call you. This is what you have just done. You as if nothing happened. She said, what happened? Your husband with another woman. I said, my own husband? No. I did not see my husband with another woman. But you just hug him now. She said, no. I did not hug anybody. And the president said, please drop me and be going. And she got home. When the husband came back, before coming to the house, he said, you know men, now you know us. He has already prepared. If na fight, we will fight today. You know, when a man has committed offense, he will try to be defensive. Not only man, even woman. And then when he entered, he had gathered up to fight. And the wife went as usual, opened the door, gave him a hug, collected the bag. He stood at the door. Oh, okay, no problem, let's go. The woman asked, Baba, will you eat first or you shall before eating? Let me eat first. The woman served the food. As they served the food, Baba prayed now. Just quickly he prayed. They were eating the food. Baba was not comfortable. What he did was to ensure that the wife was dishing the food. As before dishing the food, she turned the food again, so that in case you think I put something. And after serving, she took a little bit of the husband's own and said, Baba, let me test you from your plate. And after everything, the man, after it, he just managed to eat. You know, when the conscience is beginning to give you koboko, the conscience was giving him koboko. He managed to eat, and after eating, he was like, hey, go and take your shower now, Bobo. The man went, took a shower, came back for them to pray before sleeping. The man just like that. He said, Bobo, stand up now, let us pray. No reference to what happened. The man was not comfortable. And after prayer, she gave the man a kiss as usual before going to sleep. And they sleep. While the woman was already sleeping, the man, Baba, could not sleep. What is this woman up to? And after midnight, Baba said, no, cannot continue like this. Tap her, woke her up, and then knelt down. Madam, please forgive me for what I have done. It was the devil. The woman said, what did you do? So I don't say like this now, babe. You caught me there now. I said, well, the man I saw there, in my mind, is not my husband. This one here is my husband. As soon as I saw you, I believe that even if I fight with you, that will even destroy our marriage. You have already committed the offense, and our marriage is scattered. So what's the benefit? I decided to tell myself that the man I saw there was not my husband, because my husband can never cheat on me. And the man held her. She said, I'll forgive you. If I did not forgive you, I will not treat you the way I'm treating you. I have nothing in mind, because I know that if I begin to fight for my right, I begin to fight for your right, this marriage will scatter. So it's better I pretend that you are not the one there, and as I am still now, I've told myself you are not the one. I forgive you. If you feel I must tell you I forgive you from my heart. You see, and from that moment, the man did not need father to preach for him. He did not need pastor to preach for him. That became the end of his life of adultery. Why? Because of the life of the woman. The woman chose to be a fool. A woman that caught your husband red-handed. Another woman doing susu. And decided to keep quiet. Now, let's tell ourselves the truth. As per human point of view, is that woman not a fool? No, normally, ordinarily, is the woman not a fool? She's a fool. But now, the woman and the man, who became the final fool? The man became the final fool. So sometimes when you choose to be a fool, you make the other person to become the bigger fool. Then you will be the small fool. Isn't that full of God? Any marriage where nobody is ready to be a fool can never work. I will stand my ground. I have my right, women's rights. I have my right. I am the man of the house. I'm the head of this family. I will stand for my right. As you stand for your right, I stand for my right. The marriage will also stand for its right. The right of the marriage also is to be happy. So the marriage will shift. Be fighting for your right. When you are through, come back and carry me. So your marriage will never work well unless you chose to be a fool. Oh, my husband is the one that has offended me. He must apologize to me. If he did not apologize to me, I will not accept. I will not be a fool to any man. After I'm collecting salary, I have my own money. Didn't you know you have your money before you decide to marry? Any marriage you live, the shadow of it will follow you. The agony and pain of that marriage will follow you. Anytime you see the man, you remember one very useless thing. Anytime you see the woman, you remember one very useless thing. And then if you have children, say, you are misbehaving like that your useless mother. The woman is already out of your house, but she's still living in your heart. So they torment your life. You're already out of the man's house, but the man is still living in your heart. Is it necessary? The people of God, it's very, very important. For we must learn to be fools. As a woman, you being a fool does not mean fool in the actual sense, in the sense of the word. No, it's foolishness in the Lord. If Jesus can be a fool, who are you not to be a fool? Jesus, no verse. But that's the truth. After all, look at Jesus. The one that joined hands with God to create man, his own subjects were beating him. He could not just blow breeze and they will fall. Jesus not get that muscle. He look at small children were even pouring him speech and he just kept quiet. And at the end of it all, to even demonstrate how foolish he is, he said, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Is it not a fool? Somebody slap you, you say, go in peace. No. You issue, I issue. 1, here I give you 2. Plus 1. But then, because Jesus chose to be a fool, and it was his foolishness that touched somebody that was standing right there. He said, this man is actually the Son of God. So now who is the fool? Jesus or those that crucify him? Those that crucify him, they were the big fools. Because even before they left, somebody said, oh, indeed, this is the Son of God. Somebody saw it. So people of God, see, if somebody that this can happen, Jesus said, for let's go. Then what of you? You are the husband. So anything you want, you must do. It's not necessary. What makes you a man is your ability to coordinate your family. What makes you a man is your ability to make your marriage work. What makes you a man is your ability to shift once in a while, to adjust once in a while. Learn from the chameleon. If chameleon come close to you, it will change its color to what you are wearing. It's not stupidity. It is wisdom that people will look at foolishness. So nothing will work in your marriage until you chose to be a fool. Only a foolish man will go and meet the wife and be helping her to wash plates. African tradition, no be so e be. Only a foolish man will tell the wife, okay babe, since you are chopping the onion, let me be grinding the pepper. Is it not a foolish man that will do that? According to African culture. It's only a foolish man that want to wash his clothes. He will pack his wife's clothes, including the undies, and be washing. And after washing, he will raise it up. Babe, be clean. Only a foolish man will stand up and sometimes will do something, and the wife, maybe the day her hormone have shifted and then her score has resumed, will just slap the man and the man will not break her head. Only a foolish man, the wife will jack like this and will go inside and say, abeg no vex, abeg no vex, and beg and run to work. Only a foolish man. Nigerian man, I trust us. Before you hold the share finish, we don dismantle. Oh yes. So but then If a man chose to be stupid after the wife jack him outside, just use side to cover so that people will not see and push her inside and say abeg sorry no vex if I come back and he's able to remove the hand and run away, who is the winner? The man is the winner, the woman is the loser. So the foolish man is the one that won, that is the winner. Do you know why? Because the time you spend to fight is enough to get to the middle to halfway of his work. And after you go late, they ask you say me and my wife were fighting. Go and say that so that your manager will sack you. So you see, it takes a foolish man to keep a woman. Do you know why? Women sometimes for no reason they'll just begin to act funny. It takes a foolish man to sit down and begin to ask questions. Only a foolish woman will collect her salary and come after she work alone and come and drop it on the table. Say, Bobo, how do we do this? How do we handle this money? Only a foolish woman will stand up and go out and see a very nice clothes and buy for the husband. Man and woman are supposed to buy something for the other person. Not be man. Now no talk. Not be man. And a man abi. Woman wey go buy, not be fool she be. Na fool. Only a foolish man, a foolish woman, that the husband will be talking to her and she'll keep quiet. You give me, I give you. Only a foolish woman will submit to her husband. When the husband say, don't go out around 7 o'clock, will stay at home. Only a foolish woman. So, but the beauty of it is that when you chose to be foolish and keep your marriage, is it not better than being wise and destroy your marriage? Because when you leave Mr. A today, thinking Mr. A is the son of demon, when you marry Mr. B, discover that Mr. B is the demon himself. So marriage is for fools. Men, learn to be a fool for your wife. Why am I saying this? Because somebody say, hey, woman rapper, hey, he's even washing the wife's pants. Now your hand. Is my hand complaining? Is my hand angry? Hey, imagine, why will you be grinding pepper for woman now? Is the pepper complaining that is it only woman that must grind pepper? When pepper enter soup, you go know who put and who grind am. And you see the people of God, you see a lot of divorce is taking place these days, and something must be done. It's not every time you stand your ground. There are moments you let go. There are moments you just adjust. There are moments that you allow your wife to win. Let me tell you, in marriage, no winner and no loser. If you say your wife is useless, you that marry a useless woman, you're also useless. If you say your husband is an idiot, it's very simple. You're also an idiot. Idiot, they make friend with idiots. The people of God say it's very important. Say when you are not ready to be a fool, please don't marry. When you are not ready to be a fool, don't go into marriage because your marriage will crumble. I assure you. Hey, you have insulted my family. Hey, I will not take this. Who will your family be? Obasanjo family. Hey, you have insulted my family. This is bad. And so what? Did the insult become a national problem to your family? Did it prevent your family from going out? My mother said, any day you go out, they insult you, don't fight. Just tell them, if you know, because those days, na mother they insult your mother. If the person get mind, may come meet me. So, and if they say your mother, say yes, my mother is a woman. Because somebody say your mother, is it an insult? Your mother big head. Is my mother's head big? No. The people of God, we must learn to be fools once in a while. Don't always claim right. Don't always form James Bond. Sometimes your wife is one that make you angry. Call her later. Say, babe, sit down. you talk. You are her father. Sometimes your husband provoke you. If instead of, because say, you don't provoke me, abi go come back. If he comes back, where my food? I no get power to cook. You are very wise. But if the man go to another woman and eats food, tomorrow he will still like to go and eat that food there. And gradually you are destroying your marriage. So, you see, dear married people, I'm telling you this morning, if you want your marriage to last, learn to be a fool once a while. But lastly, a note of warning. The fact that your husband chose to be a fool sometimes does not make him actually a fool. You must respect his foolery by kindness. You must respect his foolishness by love. You must respect his foolishness by listening to him. You must respect his foolishness by adjusting. And also as a man, the fact that your wife is always accepting to be a fool does not mean she's actually a fool. Her foolery is for the love of God and for the good of your marriage. Also learn to pay her back by making adjustments. Learn to pay her back by love. Learn to pay her back with kindness. It is very, very important. We must learn sometimes to bend. When we bend, the world think you are a fool, but you are not a fool. The foolishness of man, or the wisdom of man, is nothing compared to the foolishness of God. The foolishness of God is better than the wisdom of men. So married couples, I advise you, be a fool for your marriage. There is no sacrifice you make for your marriage that is too much. Because at the end of it all, if you cannot manage your marriage, you will be a disgrace to your children. They must learn from you. Help your wife to cook. Help her to wash plates. Help her to grind pepper. When your husband is talking to you, keep quiet, let him finish talking. When your husband does any little thing for you, say, Bobo, thank you, I'm grateful. When he comes to the kitchen to help you, pour water inside the food, say, oh Bobo, thank you for helping me. When you choose to be a fool, there will be peace in the family. And once there is peace, your life will be better. May God give you the wisdom to accept to be fools to one another when need be, through Christ our Lord. Amen.